Hello everyone. Today we are going to read third poem of class 11th English, The Voice of the Rain. Let's start the poem. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which is strange to tell. It gave me an answer as here translated. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. So students, I tell you, this poem is a conversation between the poet and the rain. This poem begins with a question asked by the poet from the soft falling rain shower for the identity. And the poet gets surprised when rain replies him, which has been translated here by the poet for the readers. The rain, in its own voice, tells that she is the poem of the earth. What the answer has been given by rain, she tells that she is the poem of the earth. Okay, now see the next passage. Eternal, I rise impalpable out of land and the bottomless sea. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed and yet the same. In the second passage, student Rain describes that it rises from the land and deep sea, bottomless sea. It means deep sea in the form of transparent water vapor, impalpable. It means transparent water vapor. So what the rain tells, the rain tells that it rises from the land and a deep sea in the form of transparent water vapor and goes towards the sky, sky, and there it gets shape of the clouds. Again it rains and water that went upward in the form of water vapor comes down on the ground and it remains the same. It remains the same. So in this way, the rain has described the process, how it is originated and how it is changed, and the condition is same as it was before. Okay, firstly, it rises transparently from the water, from the river, from the bottomless sea, and it very transparently in the form of water vapor it goes upward towards the sky, and again after collecting the shape of clouds in the sky, again it rains and again comes down on the ground, and the condition is same as the rain itself describes here. Now see the next passage. I descend to lave the droughts, atomies, dust layer of the globe, and all in them, without me, were seeds only latent, unborn, and forever. By day and night, I give back life to my origin. So here, student, the poet is saying that the rain comes down to wash the droughts and dust layer on the earth. It satisfies the thirst of the dry earth. Dry earth. It also helps in germinating the seeds. It also helps in germinating the seeds which are lying unborn and inactive under the soil, or we can say land. The poet is saying that whether it is day or night, rain always keeps on giving life to the earth and beautifies earth by giving water to all the plants and trees. See the last passage for song, issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, ragged or unragged, duly with love returns. Students, in the last two lines, the poet is giving his own ideas about the nature of the rain after listening his thoughts. So what the ideas or what the views have been shared by the poet, we read. The poet notices that the life of the rain is somewhere similar to a song. Rain and music both have rhythm and ability to entertain and beautify the life. A song is created from its origin to entertain the people, and after entertaining them, song again comes back to its own origin, whether anybody has cared that or uh, listened that or not. Same nature the rain has, same nature. The work of rain is to satisfy the thirst of the people and of the land, and to beautify the land and the life of the people. Now it depends on the people and the living beings present on the earth, whether they are accepting raindrops in a proper way or not. As as song after entertaining again comes back to its own origin, in the same way after completing its work, rain again even after even reaching upward and completing the process, it again comes back on the ground. So we can say the condition is same. So bilkul rain and song, the nature of these two things is completely similar. So I hope students you have understood this poem. Then don't forget like it and share it. Thank you students.